Our next guest is an Emmy-nominated actress you know best from shows such as The White Lotus, The Perfect Couple, and The Bold Type. She received her second Emmy nomination for her work in Sirens, which is streaming now on Netflix. Let's take a look.
You sent me an edible arrangement?
How did you even get this address?
I told you Dad got diagnosed with early onset dementia, and you sent a fruit basket. Okay, I can see that you're upset.
This is a really bad time for me right now. We're about to host a reception here.
Okay,
so
well then
yeah.
don't send me for you stupid bitch.
Welcome, ladies. Sips and nibbles are in the back. Thank you.
What is this place? And why does everyone look like an Easter egg?
Please welcome back to the show, Megan Faye. So nice to see you.
Oh, it's so nice to see you.
There was some real, like, reverse advertising for edible arrangements in this show.
100%.
I mean, that was like literally like the catalyst that got your character going.
It was a big moment for them, I think.
It was, and I will say, watching it, like, I realized, oh yeah, I've always been super angry when I've gotten one.
It incites rage.
Yeah, but I was like, I wish
to hear that.
I know, yeah. We're hoping they're gonna come on as an advertiser, but. I really like your character's choice to just like travel like basically across the country with an edible arrangement.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely moving with a lot of rage because that thing is probably like 30 pounds.
You had to, I mean, look, I know how movies work. You're not carrying it the whole time, but like you had to carry it a lot.
I was, though. I got pretty method with it.
Yeah.
They were trying to take it away from me. I was like,
you would take it home at night?
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to have. I want
to
to make sure you don't replace it with a fresher edible arrangement. I want to congratulate you on some things. First of all, you won a Las Culturistas award.
Oh my gosh, wait.
Best finalist.
Congratulations to you also for, refresh my memory, Best Vibe.
Best Vibe, hands down.
I think they got that right.
That's so kind of you to say.
I really do.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be like humble about it because I think that's part of the vibe thing, and I want to. I do want to keep winning it, you know. But
you're 3 next year, right?
Yeah, it would be 3 in a row, and that obviously it's really hard to three-peat, and so I'm not. But
you'd be the first.
I would be the first, yeah. And again, I don't want to talk about it too much because I think like being thirsty is a bad vibe. And,
it's not a good look.
Yeah, and then your Emmy nomination for Sirens. That is very well deserved. It's a very unique show. You're so funny in it, and it is. I mean, your character has great lines, and also there's some great physical comedy, which I was delighted to. I did not know you had it in you. You're like rolling across. There's a really funny scene where you're like rolling across the lawn, like trying to hide.
Yes, yeah.
And then you just cut. It's a great scene because it cuts the security camera, and like they just can totally see you.
Yeah.
And you're like trying to be stealth, and I was like, oh, I don't think I've seen this move before. I really like this move.
Yeah. The show has like a very interesting tone. So there's everything, you know, and I was really excited about like the broader sort of comedic beats.
You, when you get a call about an Emmy nomination, I think maybe with White Lotus, like there was probably some expectation. Did this one catch you off guard?
Oh, 100%. I mean, like when I tell you that there was not even one conversation about it,
right,
across the board.
Like
with
even
anybody on
your
my
team
was like, oh my God,
do not stand by the phone.
Yes, I was on set actually, and so we were filming something, and so they called, and I was like, this is weird that they're calling. And I answered, and they started screaming, and then they were like, and action, and I was like, bye, and I just hung the phone up. So it's sort of anticlimactic in that way, but yeah, very unexpected.
But it's wonderful and incredibly well deserved. It takes place in sort of, it feels like a Nantucket-y type place.
Yeah.
Fictional town called Port Haven. Have you ever, we're fellow New Englanders, did you ever get out to one of those places when you were a kid?
I never did growing up. And I went for the first time to Nantucket 2 summers ago because I was filming in Cape Cod. So I was like, let's take the ferry over. This is so crazy that I've never been to Nantucket. Like, I'm from Massachusetts. And so, you know, we're taking the ferry, and it's like so lovely. And then the ferry, like, sort of, you know, makes port or whatever ferries do. It was my first time on a ferry.
On your first time. But I will
be,
for somebody first time, you're getting most of the words right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, like, we pull in, and immediately I was like, oh, that's why I've never been to Nantucket. I was too poor then, and I am still too poor now. This place is crazy.
Someone met you there, and they're like, we have good news. You're less poor now, but you're still too poor.
Yeah, it was very that.
Yeah. Also, it's a fantastic cast. And sort of your sister, you're trying to, basically you're worried that she's in sort of a cult-like situation.
Yeah.
With Julianne Moore, who I would imagine, you know, anytime you work with an actor of that caliber, like there's,
Yeah.
you'd probably get a little nervous, and then you had to kind of get right into it with her.
Oh my gosh, day one, I had to sort of look her straight in the eye and call her a bitch.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, throwing me in the deep end.
Yeah.
I like your style. But if she was a cult leader in real life, I would be in that cult.
I think I would be too.
Yeah.
I know usually when you watch those shows, you're supposed to be like, I don't trust this cult leader, and I'm kind of like, I might be down with most of this.
100%.
Like, I feel like Megan's the bad
great.
guy.
Yeah.
I don't know why she's trying to bust up this cult. Her sister definitely has a better life now. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That suite was amazing.
Yeah. And it must have been, I mean, it was, Kevin Bacon, our friend Glenn Howerton,
Yes.
wonderful guy. And it seems like you're shooting in a beautiful place. It must be fun to do a show like that.
It was great. I actually texted Glenn before because I was trying to think of like funny stories from set and I couldn't really think of any. And so I asked him if he could remember any and he kind of like went right into this like very graphically detailed story and then was like, well, I'm not sure if you were there for that. And then the follow-up text was like, oh, sorry, actually, that was just a dream I had about Kevin Bacon.
Oh. That would have been, he would have put you,
again?
that would have put you in a really awkward situation
Yeah,
if you told the
totally.
story and then after the fact.
I didn't even ask his permission.
Yeah, and then later I have to come on, like tomorrow's show, I'm like, hey, so Megan told a story. It did not happen. It was Glenn Howerton's dream, and we do apologize. You were also in a fantastic action thriller, The Drop, which is now in Peacock. Yeah. This is a fantastic film where at one point you were basically hanging off a building.
So fun.
So fun. This is a building that's supposed to be, 60 stories?
Yeah.
What was it like for you when you were actually doing it?
I was like 3 stories.
Okay.
Off the
That's
ground.
not no stories.
No, it was several.
It was
A
several.
few.
And here's your 3 stories. But like, is it hard to act when you still know your 3 stories up?
Oh my God, it was actually so much harder than I thought. At first I was like, oh, I'm gonna do my stunts. And then I was like, why did I say I wanted to?
Oh, funny.
My stunt double killed it.
Did you had you been asked that question before about like doing your own stunts?
No.
Okay, so that's the thing, right? You got to ask
Right.
and you wanted to be like one of those people.
Totally.
You don't want word to get out.
And I was like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
How quickly into your
And then I was
first
like,
stunt?
never again.
Was it the first, like how fast were you like, what am I doing?
Yeah, pretty immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you watch the movie, were you like, oh, they also definitely didn't use any of my stuff? Like, I feel like they
Yeah.
sent me home and they were like, hey, can you everybody else stick around?
100%. And next
Yeah.
time I'm just gonna go straight to the stunt double.
Yeah.
Sleep in a little.
Yeah, 100%. Finish off that edible arrangements. You still have it, right?
In the freezer in my basement.
In the fridge, because
you know
that's
it.
how long it takes to eat them.
That's right.
But what's the deal here? How do they keep you up? Is that like a harness situation?
It's a harness situation that's like fully built underneath this sort of outfit that I'm wearing, and I'm holding onto it. What's it called? The tablecloth.
Okay.
There's that old chestnut.
I was so, I literally was like racking my brain trying to think of film terms. The jib, the grip, the key grip. You know what? I got it. Now I'm really impressed because you've obviously eaten at a lot of tables. And it took
So true.
And it took you a while to get tablecloth, but then you nailed port on your first ferry. You were like,
Yeah. Made port.
you made port. I would be really funny. That would be how they would know it's your first ferry if you went up to the captain. You were like, do you know when
Just
we'll be
like doing
making
this.
port?
Going to the bow of the ship.
I'm just wondering if I should go to the bathroom here or wait till we
make
get
port.
before we
And
make
suddenly,
port.
like, I got on one boat and I was like, it's Bridgerton, baby.
Yeah. And they were like, when we make port, we'd like you to stay because we are going to bring you back to the
They
other
took
side.
one look at me. They're like, yeah, you can't get off the boat. You have
Yeah.
to go back where you came from.
Do you feel like in general you have that like New England, do you feel like you are a classic New Englander?
Wait a minute. I'm forgetting. So you go.
I've been to Martha's Vineyard, yeah.
You've been?
Yeah, I mean,
You look like it. You look
the
like
way-
you go there.
By the way, can I tell you something?
Yeah?
I like how you're answering my "Are you a classic New Englander?" By the way, you're asking these questions. yeah, Martha's Vineyard. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd love
it's
to come
not
out.
Nantucket. We're way more laid back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to have you.
Oh my gosh, great.
What time do you think you'll make port?
I don't know. depends on the seas.
Oh.
You know, if the seas are rough, it might be taking us a little bit
you know your
longer.
way around a ship. Usually the newbies aren't worried about how rough the seas will be. You're a bit of an old salt, I can tell.
I don't do my own stunts, but I drive my own ships.
Great. Perfect. It is so lovely to have you back. Congratulations on the nomination. So well earned. You guys, Megan Fahy, everyone, all 5 episodes.
I'm streaming now on Netflix. Stick around, I'll be right back.